The myths and historical accounts of the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are a group of deities mentioned in various Mesopotamian myths and historical accounts. These myths come from ancient civilizations such as the Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. The Anunnaki are often depicted as powerful and sometimes otherworldly beings who played significant roles in shaping human history, according to these ancient texts. This video is captivating journey explores the enigmatic deities known as the Anunnaki, tracing their influence across time. Through ancient artifacts, texts, and ruins, the video delves into the connections between these powerful beings and humanity, revealing their impact on culture, philosophy, and cosmic understanding. Join this expedition to unravel the mysteries of the Anunnaki and their enduring legacy. Here are some key points from the myths and historical accounts of the Anunnaki. Creation of humanity. One common theme in the myths is that the Anunnaki played a role in creating humanity. The Sumerian creation myth, the Enuma Elish, describes how the god Marduk, an important deity among the Anunnaki, created humans to serve the gods and perform tasks for them. Divine hierarchy. The Anunnaki are often depicted as a hierarchical group of deities, with different roles and responsibilities. Anu was the head of the pantheon, and Enlil and Enki were prominent members as well. Enlil was associated with power and authority, while Enki was often linked to wisdom and knowledge. Interaction with humans. The Anunnaki were said to have had direct interactions with humans, sometimes as benevolent beings who provided knowledge and guidance, and at other times as harsh overlords. The myth of Atrahasis, for example, tells the story of how the gods created a flood to wipe out humanity but later regretted their decision and allowed a select few to survive. Advanced technology. Some interpretations of the myths suggest that the Anunnaki possessed advanced technology that they shared with humans. This technology could include knowledge of agriculture, architecture, and other practical skills. Epic of Gilgamesh. This ancient Mesopotamian epic contains references to the Anunnaki. In the story, Gilgamesh seeks immortality and encounters Utnapishtim, a survivor of the Great Flood. Utnapishtim tells Gilgamesh about the god's decision to flood the earth and how he was granted immortality as a reward for surviving. Fallen angels and ancient astronauts. In modern times, some speculative theories and popular beliefs have linked the Anunnaki to concepts like ancient astronauts or extraterrestrial beings who visited Earth in the distant past. These ideas often draw from the ancient texts but interpret them in more literal and speculative ways. Nephilim connection. In certain interpretations, the Anunnaki have been linked to the Nephilim mentioned in the Hebrew Bible. The Nephilim are described as giants or fallen ones who were the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. This connection has led to speculative theories about hybrid beings and cross-cultural influences. Enki and Enlil's roles. Enki and Enlil are two of the most prominent Anunnaki deities in Sumerian mythology. Enki, also known as Ea, is often depicted as a benevolent god who helped humanity by providing knowledge and aiding in the creation of humans. Enlil, on the other hand, sometimes took on a more authoritarian role and was responsible for various natural and societal functions. Eridu and the Anunnaki. According to Sumerian myths, the city of Eridu was considered one of the earliest settlements and was associated with Enki. It was believed to be a place where the gods interacted with humans and provided them with knowledge. Apsu and Tiamat. In the Enuma Elish, the god Apsu and the goddess Tiamat represent primordial chaos. Apsu was eventually killed by younger gods, leading to a conflict with Tiamat, who sought revenge. Marduk, a powerful member of the Anunnaki, defeated Tiamat and created the world from her body. Astronomical connections. Some researchers have suggested that the Anunnaki might have had associations with celestial bodies. For instance, some interpretations link the Anunnaki with the planet Nibiru, positing that these beings came from or were associated with this hypothetical planet. Cylinder seals and depictions. Ancient cylinder seals and artifacts depict scenes that are interpreted as interactions between humans and gods, including the Anunnaki. These depictions often show humans being led or guided by divine figures, emphasizing the gods' influence on human affairs. Ancient texts and tablets. The myths and stories of the Anunnaki are primarily found in cuneiform texts written on clay tablets. These texts were discovered in archaeological excavations of ancient Mesopotamian sites and have provided valuable insights into the religious and cultural beliefs of those civilizations. Pantheon changes over time. The concept of the Anunnaki and their roles evolved over time as different civilizations rose to prominence. The Babylonians and Assyrians, for example, incorporated the Anunnaki into their own religious beliefs, sometimes assigning them different names and attributes. Interpretation challenges. The language of the ancient texts and the complexity of the myths present challenges in interpretation. Scholars and researchers continue to study these texts to gain a deeper understanding of the Anunnaki and their significance within their respective cultural contexts. Ziggurats and temples. The Anunnaki were often associated with temples and ziggurats, which were stepped pyramid-like structures built in Mesopotamia. These structures were seen as sacred places where humans could connect with the divine. The ziggurats were believed to be a physical connection between earth and the heavens, symbolizing the interaction between mortals and the Anunnaki. Kingship and divine right. Mesopotamian rulers often claimed divine connections and were considered intermediaries between the gods, including the Anunnaki, and the people. The concept of divine kingship was deeply intertwined with the mythology of these deities, suggesting that kings ruled by the will of the gods. Hymns and prayers. Many hymns and prayers dedicated to the Anunnaki have been found on clay tablets. These texts express reverence, praise, and requests for blessings from the deities. They offer insights into the religious practices and beliefs of the people who composed and recited these texts. Influence on art and iconography. Depictions of the Anunnaki can be found in various forms of Mesopotamian art, including statues, reliefs, and pottery. These visual representations often showcase the gods in regal attire, emphasizing their status and power. Influence on language and culture. The legacy of the Anunnaki can be seen in the lasting impact they've had on language and culture. Many Mesopotamian words, concepts, and stories related to these deities have influenced subsequent civilizations and are present in modern languages and myths. Epic of Creation. The Enuma Elish, also known as the Babylonian creation myth, is one of the most well-known myths involving the Anunnaki. It tells the story of the creation of the world and the establishment of the divine order through a series of conflicts among the gods. Continuation in religious traditions. While the original civilizations that revered the Anunnaki have faded, some aspects of their mythology have been incorporated into later religions and belief systems. Certain elements and characters from these myths can be traced to later Near Eastern religions. Historical context. The Anunnaki myths were created and shared within the context of specific historical periods and societal structures. Understanding the political, social, and economic circumstances of ancient Mesopotamia can shed light on why certain myths were crafted and what functions they served. Residents in the underworld. Some Anunnaki deities were associated with the underworld, a realm beneath the earth's surface where souls of the deceased were believed to reside. Ereshkigal, for example, was a goddess who ruled the underworld and played a significant role in various myths. Comparative mythology. Comparative analysis of Anunnaki myths with myths from other cultures can reveal shared motifs, themes, and archetypes, highlighting the universality of certain human beliefs and concerns across different civilizations. Legacy and popularity. The concept of the Anunnaki has captured the imagination of modern enthusiasts, leading to a wide range of interpretations, debates, and speculative theories, some of which extend beyond the historical context of the myths themselves. In conclusion, the video The Myths and Historical Accounts of the Anunnaki takes us on a journey through time, unraveling the enigmatic tales of these ancient deities. As we reflect on their profound influence across civilizations, we're reminded of humanity's eternal quest for understanding, bridging the gap between the known and the divine. With gratitude for this captivating exploration, we're encouraged to continue seeking wisdom and knowledge, carrying the stories of the Anunnaki as a beacon of inspiration into the future.